Hello, hello. Welcome to Anime Anonymous. I am CJ.
This is Ace.
And this is Jess.
And this week we are doing Jack and Rick's recommendation.
Never again.
Glasslip. What do you mean? It was so amazing.
It was amazing.
It was just so
Why are
good.
you guys lying?
Oh my gosh.
The
I'm
podcast.
speechless.
This is recorded.
at how...
I have no words to this.
Yeah, it's just flabbergasted. That's how amazing it was.
This is documented live.
We didn't say amazingly good.
Okay. Fair enough.
But before we get into it, as always, if you want to reach out to us, you can hit us up on Twitter, @XAnimeAnonymous. Instagram is @XAnimeAnonymous_X.
And audience, Anime Anonymous.
And then if you want to shoot us an email, like I said, talking, your thoughts, recommendations, anything like that, xanimeanonymous@gmail.com. Now, jumping into this. This anime came out in 2014, and it could have stayed there.
Yep.
It's not, yeah, it.
It was
That's
no
like
reason,
I said.
literally no reason for this to be
speechless. Because I was telling the wife, aka Jess, I was like, this has a lot of lines. You can't even say plot lines because like there's no plot really. Like it's all over the place. Like I was telling her, and this is what I'm telling you. Like it's so hard to describe it because like. They were trying to be like cerebral and like, oh, this is a deep anime with emotions and feeling and struggles. No, not really. Like I wasn't invested with anybody. The main character, well, one of the main characters, the male lead, don't remember his full name, but I'm just gonna call him K. He is just borderline cringe, just like cringy emo weird guy, like who in certain episodes has two of himself that he talks to because that's perfectly sane.
That was weird.
Yeah, and then we have Toko, who's the female lead, who's oblivious and both high energy at sometimes and also kind of emo as well. Who had like a whole Itachi scene one time where ravens attacked her out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like,
that was weird.
Yeah, a whole genjutsu right in her face. So I don't know. So I guess I can summarize this because I don't even want to give the effort to find the summary.
I think the summary actually may clear up some.
There's nothing clear. Oh, wait, you have the summary?
Yeah, I have the summary.
All right, go ahead, my man.
So it starts off with a question. Okay, so what if you hold the power?
Whole anime is a question. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
What if you hold the power to hear the voices or see fragments of images from the future? Would that be a good thing or a bad thing? Glasslip follows the life of Toko, an aspiring glass artist born from a glass artisan family. She enjoys her worry-free life in Fuku, save for the fragments of images that she sees on occasion. On her 18th summer, she meets the transfer student Kakuro, who we're just going to call K, at her school. And then again at her favorite cafe called Kazumichi. Together with all four of her friends, the voices from the future lead K to Toko, and his arrival disrupts her mediocre existence. All six of the friends must face their most unforgettable summer, full of hope, affection, and heartache. Now, that don't even sound like something I want to watch.
No, I mean, to be fair, granted, the summary doesn't really sound interesting, but it's way more interesting than the whole anime. I'll tell you that right now, because they called her mediocre. Like, in the
summer.
That's crazy. That's messed up. Like she was one of the quote, and I'm using huge quotes, huge air quotes. She was one of the most interesting people in the whole damn thing. The only person that I thought was funny was old boy's sister, Hiro. I think that's his name. Hiro. The sister is funny because she's supposed to be way older. Like, she just got her driver's
Momo.
license. Is that her name?
Momo.
Momo.
Okay,
She is the only bright part of this anime for me.
Yes,
because
likewise.
yeah. She was doing like these stupid anime girl poses and noises. She was constantly making fun of her brother. Mm-hmm. And she was wrecking her car every single chance she could get. Like, the first time you see her with the little van or whatever it is, she got a front dent, like, in the driver's side. Then the next time you see her, there's, like, some scratches. The next time you see her, her whole side is effed. Like, my girl saw a guardrail and was like, that looks nice. I like that. And just rode it through, bro. Like, she was just like, nah, in the game of chicken, I'm winning. Like,
speaking of chickens, what is the purpose of the chickens?
And then we got all these chickens.
She drew the chickens.
One of them had a name.
No, all of them. All of them had names.
Okay, but Jonathan was the most important one.
Even Yuki. Yuki was like,
I don't know. Maybe.
Yuki was like, why is Jonathan Jonathan? And she's like, what do you mean? He was like, the other ones are philosophers. Like,
right.
He's Jonathan. She's like, wait, what does that mean? He goes, I don't know. Like, how do you not know? Like, yeah, I don't know, bruh. Like, yeah, the chickens. Again, I think they were trying to be all deep and stuff because sometimes, like, the chickens lead them to each other. Like,
that was one time in the school.
I don't get it, bro. Like, I don't know. But, like,
she drew the chickens, the same chicken, for the entire summer.
Yeah,
pages of chicken drawings. Pages.
Yep.
I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
When does this get boring?
But yeah, so the main characters, again, Kei and Toko, they can quote unquote see/hear the future, and that is a giant question mark because even they themselves don't even know if it is, and you don't know as a watcher because everything that they quote unquote see doesn't happen. So what is it? Yeah. And then they question it. They're like, well, are these really fragments of the future? Which that just, I don't know. Every time they said that, it pissed me off. And I don't know why. I think it's because it didn't make sense. I think it's because of his voice. Like he was just so like, just like, and every time he said it, I was just like, shut up. Like, you sound like you're trying to be like an emo, like hipster. Like, I was just like, oh, be quiet. And he was like, I don't know if these are fragments of the...
We need more research. We need more information on what's going on.
And then girl's like, I don't want to go there. No, we got to go there. I need to figure it out. Yeah, and then she just has no spine. Oh, okay, let's go. Like, all right, bro. Like, and then it was weird that... So one thing that Jess and I thought was weird. Mm-hmm. We thought the whole time Kay's mom was dead.
Yes.
Because they're like, he's like, oh, do you always listen to the music? He was like, yeah, I am her. I was her biggest fan, or I am her biggest fan, or something. I was like, damn, mama dead. Like, right. And then mom just shows up in like episode 5. We're like, wait, what?
And puts on a symphony.
Yeah, just randomly. Like, they're just weak. Like, it's weird. And Kay's living outside in a tent because his room's not ready, even though clearly his dad has a house with multiple rooms. I don't understand. Whatever.
That was just weird in general to literally sleep in a tent through all the seasons when you can just sleep in the house.
Yeah, don't ask me. Because again, what's weird is the first time Toko comes over, Dad cooks for her, right? And they sit inside. Then next time when
but he invited her to his room.
No. I'm talking about like when the dad cooks for her, they sit down like normal. Mm-hmm. Next time she shows up and mom's there and mom's like, oh, I want to talk to you. They go and eat in Kay's tent. Like, all of them. Yeah, like, the mom, weird. The dad, and her. I'm like, why are y'all in his tent? Like, you literally have a dining room table.
Right.
Like, that was just go there. Like, what the heck? I was like, that's mad creepy.
This was a big confusion.
And then, like...
Episode by episode.
Like, even the adults were annoying. Like the mom was like, oh, yeah, I took him... I've been taking him all around with me, like, since he was a kid. Feeling like that's bad. And then, like, in episode 10, she's like, yeah, I'm going on a world tour. You coming with me? He's like, I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet. Then she asks again, have you decided yet? I'm like, relax. Like, just let him live, man. Like, you're saying he should stay somewhere, and now you're telling him, like, let's go. Come on, give me an answer. Like, relax.
Mm-hmm.
That was confusing.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to do a small insert. A fan has commented on this anime, and I would like to read the comment.
Uh-oh.
So, shout out to Incognito San. He posted this 6 months ago.
Oh, Lord.
It says, I'm sorry, but I didn't quite understand what happened to Kay. Or it's just a show that is too shit and I wasted my fucking time watching this shitty anime. Not recommended, but try watching it and reply to this comment if you understood how it ended. Which I did not understand how it ended, but we'll go over that. He put greater than sign. This is equals shit equals quotes. If you want to waste your fucking time, then watch this. But in between each word is an equal sign, quote, comma, like he's writing in computer code. It was funny. But yeah, so that's pretty much.
The ending is ambiguous too, which if you look at this studio, which I'll read a little bit of their works, they love to do ambiguous endings. The ending is basically they're kind of making you try and figure out, like, is Kay actually going to leave? Is he not? He said he made a decision, etc. And then you don't really see him when school's starting, but then Toko hears him. So you don't know if she hears him actually calling out to her, or that's just her hearing the stupid fragments of the whatever. And then like we were telling Ace, they always do like a air shot of the dad's house, and there was no tent. So it's like, okay, is the room finally done, or did he actually dip and go with the mom? So it's ambiguous for a reason, and it's a letdown, just like the whole show.
So the episode before that one, before the last, so I think episode 12, I thought he literally was saying goodbye to Toko.
Well, he was saying he didn't think he should be with her. Like, that's what he was saying. Like, he said that, like, and he had like the dumbest, he had like the dumbest reasonings for it. Like, and she was like, we spent the whole day together, etc. And he was like, I feel uncomfortable or scared to be with you. Like, I don't know. It was just so stupid. Like, everybody flip-flops in this. Like, it's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then no one confesses their love for each other.
Well, no, they do. What are you talking about?
Yes, they do.
You have several people
the
do.
The Glasses Girl did.
You have Glasses Girl did. Yuki
did.
He got rejected.
Yanagi.
It doesn't matter. You said nobody confesses.
Yanagi
confesses.
Hero
confesses.
Yeah.
Almost all of them confess.
Oh, well.
Yeah, except for
I retract that statement. I didn't like
the only one who didn't, honestly, is Kay. Because every time they're like, "Do you like her?" and he's just like, "Ugh," like he's just like this stupid anime. No, it would give more depth to him if he answered, "I don't know." Every time they're like, "Do you like her?"
No
he just
comment.
like, and then he like looks away, and it's like, "Oh, okay."
And then what's the kid's name? Hero's like, you don't have to answer. I'll just give you what you want.
Exactly. Okay. He's like, but I haven't answered your question. And he's like, you don't have to. It's fine. But like, there's just so many weird moments because, like, okay, so Yuki and Yana, their parents are married, but they're just step siblings. They're not related by blood.
Right.
Yana has been in love with Yuki for forever, apparently. You can tell that off rip the first episode when they're at the fireworks. Yuki is in love with Toko. He confesses to Toko. Toko's like, "Oh, thanks." And then like at first she's like, "Why are you telling me?" Like literally everybody knew he was into her except her. Yana sees the whole thing. Like, Yana was very mature though in her thing. Like, she didn't freak out about it. Like, she asked Toku later, and she's like, "Oh, so you're not dating?" Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And the way she confesses to Yuki, she's like, I love you. Just letting you know. I know you're in love with so and so. She was like, so the reason I decided to tell you on this bridge is because it's basically my bridge to being a new person. I was like, okay, I can respect you for that. Like, like out of the whole friend group, she was probably the one that I liked the most. And that's air quotes on like again. The one that I disliked the most out of the group, the one that I didn't like the most in the anime was Kay. He pisses me off. The one that I didn't like in the group the most is freaking Glasses Girl because she's meddling.
Oh yeah, that was after.
Like she
sabotage.
Yeah, you find out very early that she's in love with Toku. Like that's obvious. And then she finds out that Kay and Toku are going to the beach. So Glasses Girl, who is also sick all the time, she was in the hospital. She tells people, "Oh, I'm gonna get out," or she tells Hiro because Hiro's into her and she knows he's into her. Mm-hmm. She tells him, "Hey, I'm gonna be getting out early. Let's do a beach day. But you tell everybody. I'll tell Toko." He's like, "All right, bet." And then he finds out when he goes to go hang out with her. He's like, "Oh, she knew she wasn't getting out." And then she says, "Oh, yeah, I don't like Kay, blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "Wait a minute. So you wanted to go to the beach to sabotage it, but you had me do it. That way it wasn't coming from you." Mm-hmm. So he's like, "Nah, I'm not with that." So he leaves her for, like 4 episodes, something like that.
He goes off to the woods.
Yeah, my man, hiking. She tries to text him. She tries to call him. My man
off the grid.
My man just doesn't react. Bye. And then later on, she's no longer a lesbian. She's now bi-curious. And so she says she likes Hiro and Toko. So, whatever. Another weird moment was Yuki. He runs all the time. And he goes by this path, which is in front of Toko's sister's club, who's like swimming.
Yeah, the swim club.
And like he's like their idol. They always see him. And like for some strange reason, her sister just jumps on a bike one day just to chase him down and say, "You're cool. Please don't ever stop being cool." Like, what?
Yeah, the translation I had was, "Please stay attractive."
Yeah, see, mine said, "You're cool, please always be cool."
Mine said attractive, too, which made it so weird.
And we're like, "Please stay attractive."
Yeah, well, that's weirder, because, mine said, "You're cool, please always be cool," or something like that.
That whole scene, I was like, why?
Yeah, I don't know.
And she's the younger sister
of Toko,
Of Toko.
Yeah.
Who he loves. And I'm like, I don't think that's your place, Missy.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't get it.
Me too. No. Did they ever explain Yuki's injury?
No, he effed up his knee in a event like the few months ago.
Right.
Yeah, and she was like, he's been in
like, I know he messed up
rehab.
his knee. I was like, did they ever like do a backstory showing the accident happened?
No. It's a comment that Yanagi makes.
It's something they could have had, but they didn't.
Yeah.
They added a lot of stuff they didn't need. This could have been like a 2-episode anime.
I'm so confused on his performance. Was he losing to middle schoolers?
No. That's his team.
So he's in middle school and they were just playing racing or training with the high schoolers as well?
No, that was high schoolers.
It was like his
That
team.
was his old team.
Yeah, his old team.
He went to go train with them too.
Oh.
The coach was just telling him like, "Hey, if you do, just let me know because we're doing a high school training out over in Timbuktu."
Okay.
Yeah, but it's his team. That's why they were messing with him. They're like, "Hey, you're back," And apparently he was the star, but now he's
getting
just
smoked.
He's trying to get back into it because, he's in rehab.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, just heal first. Like,
well, that's why he wasn't. That's why Yana got pissed at him the one day where he came back breathing hard because she was like, "You need to build it up slowly," so.
And then during the fight when he was about to race for Toko's love, and she was
which was so stupid,
terrible knee right now. You're gonna try and bet race.
that just made Kay's reasoning.
And then Kay wasn't even going to race.
Kay was like, "Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I'd lose horribly." Like he was just like, she was like, "So why did you say it?" Well, maybe I was just hoping you would come to my defense. I'm like, what?
I'm like, so
what type of reasoning is that?
Like, fighting your battles. Okay.
I don't know, bro. Kay is just such a cringy character.
Even I think the parents, his own dad was like, our son's weird.
Yeah, they say he's an oddball, and they're like, "Yeah, it's probably my fault." And the mom was like, "Yeah, it's my fault too." Like, but talking about Toko's parents, like her dad was funny, but her mom just out of nowhere in episode 13 was like, "Yeah, when I was younger, I used to see glimpses of stuff."
Oh my goodness, that was so late.
She was like, "Yeah, do you see those?" She was like, "I always thought it was my future, but then I realized my future could never be at anything I imagined." I was like, what? Where did this come from? Yeah. And why didn't you talk to your daughter about this off rip if you knew this was happening?
Maybe 10 episodes ago.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was like, that part, I was pissed. Because I'm like, you could have cleared up all her anxiety, all her stress and confusion. She slept in the art classroom trying to figure out why she's having these visions and why the snow is falling around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Her sister that night was funny.
Okay, she was good.
That was funny. Yeah, she's like, I'm in, and then starts walking and then she eats her sister's share, and she passes out.
She's literally choking, trying to finish the food down.
That is funny. The sister is funny.
And then when Toko comes back, she's like,
she's like, I got you. That was funny, man. The sister was funny in certain parts.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
But yeah, I did say this studio is kind of known for having those weird endings. So studio is PA Works. One of a couple of animes that they've done. I'll start with the good one. Angel Beats is one that they were involved with, which came out in 2010. So this came out a whole 4 years later, and they got worse. They didn't get any better.
Significantly worse.
2 years after Angel Beats is Another, which Another is a decent anime. We reviewed it, right? Mm-hmm. Not as good as Angel Beats, but better than this.
Way better.
And then you have obviously this, and then the next year after they did Charlotte, which Charlotte has an ambiguous ending as well. May or may not do that one. I don't know. But it's definitely better than this one. But yeah, I don't know, man.
This anime
they went downhill.
Makes me want to not review any slice of life anymore. I need a break. I need a hiatus, hibernation. I don't know, but no more slice of life and no more school animes.
Yeah, drama, romance, slice of life.
They weren't even going.
Yeah, they weren't even in school.
They wore the school uniform one random day.
I think you have to. Well, no, I don't even know.
Is that out of respect of going to the school?
I was about to say,
I did not get it.
That's why I was like, I think you have to. But then there was a couple times where
Yuki showed up and he didn't have his on.
Yeah, and then Kay showed up one time where he did. I don't know.
It was literally one time I recognized. I'm like, oh, they're finally in school uniform. And then the rest of the 13 episodes, they were not.
Well, no. Generally, anytime she went to go draw them, she had her school uniform on. And then there was a couple times where she went with Kay and she was in normal clothes. So I don't know.
And Kay was in his school uniform,
once.
Old.
Once or twice.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm thinking it was only once because of him.
Yeah, he was in it once or twice, but every time she went to go draw the stupid chickens, she was in her her outfit. So,
hey, man.
Now, the detail in that chicken portrait was actually very well done.
No, the whole art style, the whole anime was very pretty. I will give it that.
That's why when I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is the same studio that did Angel Beats and Another, you can definitely see the influence because the art in this really looks a lot like Another to me. So it makes sense that it is. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
This one I was lost for words. I fell asleep 4 times.
I fell asleep a lot
This
too.
is the only anime that I have watched at 1.5 speed. And
now I'm going to definitely
it sounded normal for the most part, which shows how slow this anime is.
When they're walking to get to his spot that he wanted to take her, which is just a grass, and you look up at the trees and the sun is beaming through the trees. That took, I want to say, 2 minutes and like 30 something seconds just for them to walk, sit down, lay, and look up. I was like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they don't talk about anything. Like,
No.
she's supposed to tell him something important. She delays it twice.
She delays
doesn't
it
say it
like
on the
3
phone.
episodes.
She delays everything.
I'm like,
It was so
she
annoying.
doesn't do it when they do those long walk scenes. She doesn't explain or say what she was trying to say 2 days ago.
Oh,
I'm
so
like,
annoying.
what am I watching?
Yeah.
So annoying.
And then you guys know me. Music is something I pay attention to. First of all, the opening and the ending have no business being in this anime. Like, they make it seem like a cheerful, fun-loving anime. That is not the case.
The beginning didn't even tie
No.
at all.
No.
Because
Nothing.
the intro, literally, if I'm understanding it right, is like Toku and her sister, like when they're younger, and then Toku meets Sachi on the train, and it's like their relationship kind of like timeline of like the whole group. But like you don't see that all in the anime.
No.
So it doesn't make any sense.
And again, it's like upbeat.
There's no fragments, like sneak peeks, like some animes
They did that
intros
little
do.
blurry effect.
That's about it.
But none of the blurry effects even came true, except for the train. Okay, the train showed up more accurate than any of those blurry scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, no. The openings are weird. The choice of music
The
doesn't
ending
match
was
doesn't match the anime at all. Like, it's, I don't know. Yeah.
Ending was
There's a
something
whole bunch of
else.
L's.
the ending was like
Also, I don't know what the heck the
something.
point of Glasslip means. Like, I don't get what does Glasslip mean? Like, I don't know. Just a weird name.
Yeah,
I'd rather one of
I
those
was trying to
animes that have like
finesse a
2
response.
sentences.
I'm like, nope, I don't.
What
can't
is it?
think.
Because she's a glass blower?
Ah.
Yeah, that's more interesting than the whole damn show. My answer. Right there.
I mean, they could have just gone off of her trying to be a glass
blower.
Artisan.
blower.
Yeah.
I would much rather have watched her growth in that than watch her draw chickens.
I'd rather
and...
watch her dad. Her dad was funny
Yeah, her dad was funny.
every time, and then his and the mom's interactions were funny. He was like, "Yeah, this reminds me of that day when and then I did this, right, honey?" She was like, "Don't remember." He's like, "Oh, ow."
And when the sister had on a dress and the mom's like,
Yeah,
Shut
he's like, "I don't know. That's a little."
Shut
She
up.
was like, "Drink your coffee." He was like, "Honey, I don't think it's gonna get cold." He goes, "All right, fine." Like, but yeah, I mean, to be fair, that was not no dress. That was a nightie.
Right.
That was a.
I was
with him.
I was a little suspicious
weird.
on that one. I'm like, where is she wearing this dress to?
Yeah, and yeah,
because she's supposed to be in what, middle school?
Yeah.
yeah, she
she's
is
like
because
super
Yana
young.
is in high school and wants to be a model or whatever, and that was the only dress that her brother told her she looked good in, and it looks like a nightie. But no, he doesn't like her. No, he likes Toko. But then, like, you start seeing it later, like, maybe he does like her. Whatever. Again, there are so many lines, and that's what I'm saying. They're not plot lines. There are so many, like, avenues that they look like they're trying to go to, and nothing happens. Again, they're trying to make it seem like it's a deep freaking anime with, like, all the... No, it's not.
So did you understand, or maybe someone can clarify to me?
I'm just going to say no.
When she goes back in time,
Huh?
not even back in time, when she goes to the fireworks scene, when she's
Are we talking about
invisible.
fireworks again?
Yeah, when she's
That
invisible.
episode?
The one when she's invisible.
Right.
Yes. And that's when she's listening to the mother's music.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What was the kind of... What information did she receive from that? Did she experience for the first time the forget me syndrome?
No.
What was
again,
the point of that?
the quote-unquote point of it. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's trying to be deep. It's not.
Yeah.
That was her experiencing the something, the tag that he says, the something loneliness.
Yeah.
That was her experiencing it because she's always been with the friends.
Okay. So she finally
Stupid.
And she had to go to the future or fragment world to be
No,
able to.
no, that was just her having a vision / stroking out.
Yeah.
Right. Where she like kind of swapped places with Kay. And
Yeah, it's
it's weird.
again.
The transitions are not fluid, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah. Anyway, not to beat a dead chicken. Let's do ratings. Who wants to go first?
Last.
Why?
I always go last. Who's going first?
I always go first, so it's one of you two.
There you go. I always wrap it up.
I'll go first. I will rate this a 0. Because I love my listeners and viewers, I would not just tell you guys, because it was created, you need to watch this. Excuse me. It was nothing good about it, in my opinion. We made, through deep conversation and reflection, some funny parts and trying to...
Oh, reflections. You're going to have a vision.
Yeah, let me just finish the rating then. This was horrible, in my opinion. It should not have been created. It was a 0. It didn't make sense. I was confused the whole time. I fell asleep about 4 times trying to replay it and see if I missed anything. And I could have just probably started from episode 5. It was just a waste of 8 hours. And because I care, I do not recommend this. I do not want you guys to waste your time. You guys saw the comments from Incognito saying the exact same thing. This one had no relevance, no entertainment, just confusion. I think it gave me a migraine today. My eyes hurt. I'm trying to read the subtitles and trying to figure out what am I missing? Is the conversation had any relevance? Is it any key information that's going to be played on? At the end, are my questions going to be answered? No, none of that. So I'm gonna give it a 0 because I love you guys and I care about your time and respect your time. So Jess or CJ?
Go ahead, babe.
All right, Jess. What is your rating?
I was actually looking at the Crunchyroll comment section of their reviews, and it's actually kind of funny. Because, Crunchyroll rated this a 2.8 out of 5. Apparently 29 people had 5-star ratings, so those 29 people are psychos. I am going to agree with you and give this a 0. I mean, not even the artwork would make me bring this up at all. Or the music. I mean, it's pretty, but it doesn't tie at all. I basically will agree that
How many times did you fall asleep?
Yes. That's the answer. That's the answer to that one.
Yeah. Last night, what was I on? Episode 9. I fell asleep at 8 o'clock. Woke up. I was like, all right. So if you have to watch this anime for some oddball reason, best thing to do: watch an episode, go on TikTok for a little bit, watch the next one to keep yourself awake because you cannot binge this at all. You can't. I will agree that this is a big, hot, steaming pile of ambiguous. This is what was it? This was a triumph. Said on Crunchyroll. Some people called this Beauty Through the Looking Glass. Y'all psychos in here.
I think some people are trying to be nice.
Your reaction. I don't care about what people say, okay?
Yeah.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Good Lord. You and him sitting here. This is what so-and-so said. This is not a podcast about what comments say.
No, she gave a good funny comment. I think I read one from Incognito saying, which was enjoyable. But yeah, CJ, what is your rating? And it better not be higher than a 2.
No, I'm going to give this a 1 purely because I've seen way... No. I've seen way more anime than probably all of us here. So That's the only reason, because I've seen trash anime, like
This is the list.
trash anime, like ones that literally get me heated, like at how bad they are, right? Like this was just boring as hell, like, and again, ambiguous, and like I personally love cerebral animes. Like I love ones that make me think or make me have to pay attention to like the small things in animes. Like I love those.
I was
right?
looking for it.
But that's the thing. Like this is one of those that it's trying way too hard to do that. Like even again, let's look at another work that they've done that PA Works has done. Another kind of has that cringiness too, where it's trying to be super deep. But at least there is a mystery there. Like there is no mystery here.
At
Like,
all.
it's just trash. The main character is trash. Like but the reason, literally the only reason I'm giving it a 1 is because of the car and the sister. Like that is what cracks me up. Like the two sisters are funny, man.
Yeah.
Like Momo, she is hilarious with her stupid anime girl poses and stuff, and her wrecking her car and thinking it's cool. Like that's it. And then Toko's sister, she's like, I got you, sis.
Yeah,
like, because the whole time she's thinking she's getting laid. Like,
right.
She said, like, when she's like, hey, I'm gonna be home in like tomorrow night. She goes, no way. She's like, I got you, sis. Like, that was funny to me. Yeah. But like, other than that, it was boring. And then the last thing, like talking about Momo, it just made me think of it. Momo has a boyfriend or whatever that's at the hospital, right? Like they say that. And then there's a scene randomly one time where Hiro sees her and she walks out the room crying. So I'm like, oh, old boy died.
Right, that's what I thought.
And then like later you see that like she's saying that her boyfriend's gonna show up at the restaurant. So I'm like, okay, so he didn't die and they didn't break up. What was the point of me seeing her crying? Like, what was the point of that? And then also, why do all of them work at the shop?
They all work there?
They're in every episode. One of them is serving the whole table, bro. Like it was so freaking confusing. Like this makes no sense.
They're like Starbucks or Panera Bread type location. It was like their hangout spot.
That is, but if you look, Hiro's serving sometimes, Yuki's serving sometimes, Yana serves sometimes, Momo serves sometimes. They all have served except for the sick chick because she's trash and she should have died.
Yeah.
Hot take.
I didn't want her to die, but I wanted somebody to die.
As soon as she got super
even the
manipulative,
meteor storm, I'm like, maybe the meteor storm is gonna destroy the island or wherever they're at. Nope. It was just...
kill her off.
Yeah.
Kill her off, bro. She should have been in another. Oh boy, I would have liked to see how they killed her in another.
Oh man.
Yeah, because I hated her. She was.
If an anime gives you actual pain, mental pain, headaches, migraines, whatever you want to call it, that just goes to show you should have watched it. Because I am hurting.
Yeah.
I'm in pain.
So, what is that? 001. But again, I do not recommend this at all.
No.
Because we care.
Yeah. I only gave it a 1 because of those reasons. Trashed up car and the sister. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys want another episode to listen to that's hilarious on this one, you can listen to Featured Anime Podcast episode on Glasslip because that is hilarious. That is the only reason, outside of my love for Jack, that I decided to go with his recommendation. Because when he recommended it, I had binged their episodes when I first listened. I remembered that he gave this a 0. Jack does not give things zeros.
No.
So I remembered it was trash. And I was like, you know what? I remember the episode was funny. And I like Jack and Rick. So I'm going to do it.
Well, Jack, you have lost all freedom and pass to recommend anything that is trash. If it's not above a 5, your recommendation needs to go through a vote. We need to do a 1 episode. Will I continue and then consult if we are going to finish this? Because
this anime was not a 1 episode. This was like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, messed up my whole weekend.
Yeah, there was no hook or anything for it.
Nope.
I had a great weekend until
boring.
I started watching this. I had a great weekend.
So, well, to fix your not weekend, week.
Yes.
The next episode that we are doing is going to be on the movie Red Line. This is a movie that I've wanted to watch, but honestly, it slipped my mind a couple times. But it's like Speed Racer
Death Race.
meets Death Race meets like Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Like it's a crazy movie, and so I'm like, this is one of the reasons I love this podcast, because it's forcing me to watch stuff that I've had on my to watch list,
Right.
and I have not done.
And I enjoy watching stuff that I wouldn't normally select myself.
Yeah.
Those are like my pros, but this one wasn't it.
Yeah.
But Redline, I saw a little bit of it so far. I got a good portion to finish. I'm loving it.
Yeah. So that will be next episode. Good things are ready, because Rotten Tomatoes be hating on anime movies, gave it a 70.
Okay.
My Anime List gave it 8.3. IMDb has it as a 7.5, and Google has it at 86. So,
Okay.
so
Promising.
yeah. So good things for that. Don't watch Glasslip. It's awful.
Literally a waste of your time.
Just horrible. Like, if you want to waste your time, scroll TikTok. Like, I don't know.
You know how, like, when people want to get a budget increase or something and they got to, like, exhaust a certain amount?
I would have burned down the studio. Okay? They're not getting any budget from me. Pay me. Pay me back.
I think that's what they needed. They said, look, we got to put out another anime so that we can get the budget to go ahead
I'm
and
going to tell you right now,
else.
if I was an investor, I said, yeah, give me back with, like, 0.25 interest. All right. Anyway, until next time, I am CJ.
This is Ace.
And this is Jess.
And we will catch you next AA meeting.